of Mr. Setty's.
Yes, my lord.
One seven.
117. 117. Annexure P9, 117, my lord. 3rd August 2017. My lords put that to me right in the beginning.
Yes.
So, my lords, may I just read this? This is issued by the Government of India, Ministry of Human Resources.
This will make everything clear.
Yes, my lords, I will. This is regarding training of untrained in-service elementary teachers in government, government-aided, unaided private schools. It is apprised that the amendment to Section 23(2) of the RTE Act to extend the period of such training to 31st March 2019 has been passed by the Parliament. So, my lords, all training had to be completed by 31st March 2019.
Insofar as in-service candidates are
Service candidates are concerned, all. And if they do not acquire it, they go out.
That we have at least repeated not less than half a dozen times.
I'm sorry.
You must have stated that 6 times. I must have stated that 6 times.
Yes, my lords, that's true. My lords, I also we tend to get carried away by our only good points.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not a good point.
I thought so, my lords. I hope so. I'm able to persuade. Further, it is reiterated that this will be last chance to acquire requisite minimum professional qualification. Any teacher in the aforementioned schools who does not have minimum qualification mandated under the RTE Act 2009 would not be allowed to continue.
Again, the intention is clear.
That's where my lords may look at it one way. I look at it from a point that this was my cut-off deadline. If I did not...
This was not cut-off here. This was a cut-off deadline.
If I...
You are either on this side of the gate or that side of the gate.
So I'm in this side.
It doesn't bring you on par with the 2-year diploma holders.
My lords, with respect, I will be able to satisfy you.
And you argue on that point.
So I'm going to come. Can I just take you through the...
So this we are clear.
No, my lords, there is a little bit here, if I may just show to my lords, that the government itself structured the NIOS. It came out with this...
It did everything. It did everything under the sky which could be done so as to protect those who are in service and get them training. It is only with an intention that they should not be thrown out.
My lords, can I just put it...
This is a relaxation granted to you under the rules. It doesn't take place of the regulations which prescribes a minimum qualification.
My lords, can I say this? That once I...
Otherwise, the regulations which prescribe the minimum qualification are required to be thrown in dustbin.
Yes. So, my lords, it is not my case.
They will be terminated from after.
My lords...
The very intention of this HRD direction is very clear. By 31st of March 19,
I'm grateful.
You complete the qualification, a special procedure is made so that you are granted around 2 years period to complete that. If you don't do that, you are out of service. If you complete that, you are in service.
Absolutely.
So the very intention is to protect you where you are, not to provide you with a qualification which is prescribed under the regulations.
My lords, can I...
Yes, thank you.
My lords, please. I think I have something here to add. Just give me that few minutes. I wanted to read page 118 and couple of more provisions, and I think my response to my lord's query is this. It is my submission. It was the intention.
You read the entire clause. Every line you read, it will be clear that it is only in order to protect you where you are.
My lords, I will, on one aspect, I respectfully beg to make a submission different from the manner in which my lords are putting it. And my submission is this, that when I read this, and I read it with the one which the NCTE has passed, what it prescribed was...
NCTE would not have gone beyond this.
My lords,
NCTE was only bound to comply with these directions.
Yes, absolutely. So if my lords, my submission is this, just let me formulate that and show you those 2-3 provisions, and then my lords may take the view. The submission is this. The government undoubtedly fixed a deadline of 31st March 2019 for people in service to acquire qualification.
So as to continue in service where you are.
Continue. No, I would beg to differ there, because I would say if I did not acquire the qualification, I get thrown out. Now, therefore, the minute I acquire the qualification,
Are you
I come
what
at
is-
par.
are you-
I come at par.
are you relying on any judgments for that?
My lords, this is very clear in itself. Can I please read it further? I will show the other two authorities, and Tripura and the others took a view on this.
We are not bound by Tripura and.
My lords, they relied. Yes.
I appear for the Ramsar and Maurya's case. This
You are appearing for
NCT.
NCT, yes.
Ramsar and Maurya's case, this honorable court has validated the same notification. So I would take my lords to page some certain paragraphs of Ramsar and Maurya, which will clear the picture for my lords also. But,
After she finishes,
My lords, just little bit. Let me just put this so that I am through, and then my learned friend can show that. Now, my lords, my submission, if I put it, is this. It is my case that when I acquire the qualification through the NCTE method of NIOS, under the MHRD direction, I get what is a D-led qualification, which is recognized by the Ministry of Human Resource, recognized by NCTE. When I get that particular qualification, I am qualified as any other person. At that point in time, it could have been the government's intention. Where would they get 11 lakh teachers from? Teachers had experience, they had been teaching, but then by which time NCTE had formulated for primary teachers a particular course. It was necessary to bring the existing teachers in line with what was required. But once I qualified, I passed this particular exam, I carried out this particular course, I am no different from anyone else. It is not a
please
matter.
substantiate their arguments. Please substantiate their arguments.
My lords, there. Yes, please, can we come to page 118? Please come to serial number 4 there. And few other clauses in this. My lords, have page 118, serial number 4. It is mandatory for all in-service untrained teachers to take D-led program. My lords, I am emphasizing on the word D-led program. So I am getting my D-led qualification is what I am emphasizing on. Through OM on NIOS, unless they are already enrolled and undergoing training in a recognized teacher education institute prior to amendment. So it is mandatory for them to take the D-led program. Now, if my lords may go further on this aspect, please see the method is prescribed for D-led, page number 119. For creation of database, on the top of the page, serial number Roman 8, untrained elementary teachers for D-led. There will be online portal of NIOS. So all these teachers are going in for a training which will be D-led program. My lords may turn to next page 120. Teachers who do not fulfill the minimum eligibility criteria.
Or rather that last clause on page 119.
Please, my lords, absolutely. The unqualified teachers in government-aided private school who fail to enroll before 15 September are liable to face removal, dismissal. My lords, that is so because the government wanted the implementation of the RTE Act. The teachers have to be trained. Once I undergo the training, my lords are looking at an advertisement that is issued subsequently after my training. Now, once I've undergone the training, I've got the D-led program through NIOS. I am as good in D-led as any other candidates vying for the government job. How am I different from anybody else is a question that I would then ask myself.
The difference is that they have undergone 2 years physical course and you have undergone 18 months postal course.
My lords.
And they have, and their 2 years also, after 2 years, they are inclined to, they are required to have 6 months training.
Yes. So, my lords.
You can't equate them with that.
I will answer that squarely. It is an NCTE.
If you are relying on anything, please rely now. I think we have
Yeah.
heard it
Because
sufficiently.
It is NCT. Give me this part, which you want to push. This is that part of the. Yes. But this is the other matter. This matter only. My lords, these are additional documents in IA number 146088 of 2023. Yes, in the same matter.
Why don't you provide us convenience compilations?
Yes, my lords, we should have. And this is a part of the Gazette. This is this Gazette, right? It starts here. My lords, page 237, Appendix 9. This is the appendix to the NCTE.
237.
Page 237.
Appendix
There is
9.
no.
Please, my lords.
From 236, there is directly 237A in my copy.
My lords, is there a page 237 which is a part of a Gazette of India?
My learned brothers, it is there.
My lords, can I pass on my Gazette copy itself? I have the full Gazette with me.
It's there. 237A is first and then 237.
Oh, I see. There's somebody else. These are norms for standard diploma in elementary education program through open distance learning system leading to diploma in elementary education. And the preamble. The elementary teacher education program through open and distance learning system is intended primarily for upgrading the professional competence of
Working in service teachers.
My lords,
Okay.
yes. But my lords, once I go through with it.
Okay, if you are arguing the same thing again and again, rather than repeating the same argument, if you can substantiate your argument with some legal submissions, we can understand. This is taking us nowhere. Again and again, on the contrary, the emphasis
So
that in service. So as to the emphasis of the directions of the MHRD, it's clear that rather than throwing these persons who are not in tune with the provisions of section 23 of the RT Act, provide them a window so that they can get qualified and can remain in their service.
My lords,
But if you are arguing that once you get benefit of that relaxation and get that diploma, then you are par with all others. Then no, unless you substantiate that argument, there's no point in doing again the same things.
my lords, but that I can only substantiate through the notification of the NCTE that I have read.
And that I think Ms. Karya would do it better.
Yeah, I have read it from there, and I have said that NCTE itself recognizes that.
So we'll decide. We'll ask the NCT what their stand is.
My lords, Madam.
Otherwise, it is taking us no further that you are repeating the same thing again and again. That once you are get through, you are equal. You are equal. You are equal.
Let them read and explain. So, my lords, only I ended by saying that today the issue before my lords is, as I have shown, that their case is only whether the NIOS is the agency that could have given me the delay. The case in that document is.
And then the another condition is that if suppose the employer, even if there is a minimum prescription under the even say this act, are not entitled to impose a further qualification.
Absolutely, they
as
are.
An employer.
They are. But in the advertisement.
Unless it is found to be arbitrary, malafide.
No issue there. But my lords, the advertisement only requires delayed.
No, DA through so and so and a recognized institute.
My lords, recognized institute or by NCTE. By NCTE, NCTE recognizes NIOS. That is my case.
So we'll ask them whether
Yes.
they recognize NIOS only for a limited purpose or for all the purposes.
My lords, this NIOS was conducted for.
What is your stand, Madam Karya?
Till 2019, not beyond that.
No, and only for those persons who are in service.
Absolutely, my lord. Those are in service.
And in order to protect their services.
You may come here.
What has happened is, as per Regulation 9, just to answer my lords that question, where it supports from the NCT regulation. Regulation 9 of NCT Regulation 2014. I can pass on my copy. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry that copy is not there.
It is not on record.
It is not on the record. It is a NCT Act and Regulation, my lords. The NCT Regulation 9 of NCT 2014 will stipulate norms and standard for various education programs as specified in Appendix 15. I'm so sorry, my lords. I do not have
2014 revision clause.
NCT Regulation 2014, my lords.
Recognition norms and procedure regulation.
Yes, my lord. Yes. Appendix
Which clause?
9 to that, the one which I'm showing the page, the same page.
Appendix 9.
Yes, my lords. The serial number 9, my lords. Same page, serial number 9, my lords. The page which I had opened for my lords, the serial number 9.
Yes.
Diploma in elementary.
Norms and standards.
Yes, my lords. Norms and standard, the serial 9 in that.
Diploma in.
Yes. Diploma in elementary education program through open and distance learning system leading to diploma in elementary education. The DED is categorically enlisted, which refers to Appendix 9. So that to support, we received the direction from central government under 29A, and then under exercising power under 12A, this notification was issued. Well, this notification has been validated based on report in Ram and Moria's case.
Which notification is MHRD?
Yes, my lord. Very same notification. I'll just give para 40.
No, this
have the judgment.
No, this is not under section 12A.
That's also under section 12, my lords. This notification is.
Yes.
We can only pass this notification.
3rd August 2017.
Yes, my lord.
Where does it refer to 12A?
Exercising the power 12.
Page 117.
117. Of Nandan or Ram. Okay, there is that.
So therefore,
there is no source of power mentioned in this, because this is not a notification, this is only a letter, communication.
To modify or to do anything under 12A only.
when A reduce 32 do DD.
We are, but this is under 12A, my lords.
How can it is no source of power mentioned?
I'll read
True,
out
it is
12A.
that even if source of power is not mentioned, the government can do it, and the source of power can be traced later on, but it must be emanating from the concerned required authority. That if section 12A power is to be exercised, the notification has to be in its particular form. It can't be by way of a letter.
Just refer, I'll read out section 29A, 29 for
NCT.
NCT Act.
I'll just give it to you. My act is here. It must be here. It's here. It's here. You take yours and I think you don't small.
Yes, 29. Direction by the central government.
Yes, my lords.
Here. I have it.
My pockets. The national, my lords are there at para 44, my lords. The National Councils for Teachers Education Act 1993 was enacted inter alia to provide for the regulations for proper maintenance of norms and standards in the teachers' education system. Chapter 2 of the NCT Act deals with the establishment of the council, while Chapter 3 deals with the functions of the council, and some of the functions of the councils are laid down in Section 12 are as under. Functions of the council: it shall be the duty of the council to take all such steps as it may think fit for ensuring planned and coordinated development of teachers' education and for the determination of maintenance of standards for teachers' education and for the purpose of performing its function. Under this Act, the Council may see, coordinate and monitor teachers' education and its development in the country, lay down guidelines in respect of minimum qualification for a person to be employed as a teacher in the school or in recognized institution, lay down norms for any specified category of a course or trainings in teachers' education, including the minimum eligibility criteria for the admission thereof and the method of selection of candidates, duration of the course, contents of and mode of curriculum. Willows then can have 44.1. NCT Act as originally enacted was primarily concerned with regulating standards in teacher education system. The provisions of the NCT Act came up for consideration in State of Maharashtra versus Sant Jnaneshwar. Para 62 has been reproduced there. I'm not reading that. I'm taking my lords further. The basic education, UP.
What are the facts for consideration in that answer?
It's very this notification, which was
17 notification.
Yes, my lord. That notification is under challenge.
17 stands clarified in 19th Communication 164. They cannot. I mean, somehow there has to be a proper system to the court. Lordship 164, 164 Lordship. It stands clarified 2 years later. You will remain confined to this enabling provision relaxation. This cannot be relaxed. Lordship 164. There should be straight and honest to the court.
Minimum qualification regulation has never
Not
been
been,
amended.
yes.
Unless that is amended to insert this qualification of 18 months program as equivalent
The issue,
2 year.
we are reading Ram Suraj Maurya out of context. The issue in before Ram Suraj Maurya was the eligibility of Shikshan. Shikshan, what is called? Shikshan Mitra. To be appointed as a regular assistant teacher. This issue was not there.
No, my lords, but then the one which had taken the training of 6 months were also to be allowed as a primary teacher by Ram Suraj Maurya. And it is the similar case here that we are allowing them by the correspondence course.
What was your stand in the counter before the High Court?
My lords, we were relying on the Patna High Court. We have not challenged
What
the
was-
Patna High Court judgment, and we support the notification.
Support the cancellation notification.
No, not cancellation.
Then
We agree with the Patna, we have taken by the Patna High Court.
agreed.
We
They
agree.
did not come to the High Court.
Agree.
No, they did not.
No,
agree, we agree.
you have to take an
Yes,
independent
we have not
step.
challenged. So we have
Why does that-
Before Uttarakhand High Court, you cannot say that we agree with the Patna High Court, therefore we have no stand.
because we had not
What the order
challenged.
says?
You have to take a definite stand.
Lordship.
We agree with the Patna High Court.
Otherwise, we will say that NCT has no stand before this court. And you are telling us to follow Patna High Court. How can you tell us to follow Patna High Court in
Section
FLP?
29 is something which, my lords, I'll take it through. Directions by the central government, because these were the directions by the central governments for us to allow these people to participate. So that's why this course was also in,
Where is the direction by the central government to allow them to participate in the selection process?
not in the selection process, but to
Direction is only
enforcement
to provide a window
window.
to them so that they are not out of employment. If you read the MHRD direction, it is very clear that
I bow down my lords.
to bring in tune with section 23, a window has to be provided that before 31st of March 2021, 19, they acquire a qualification so that they continue to the service, otherwise they will be thrown out.
Lords, but once they have acquired the qualification, then they were permitted to participate also. Otherwise, acquiring this qualification becomes an future, and the number of
Why acquiring the qualification becomes relevant, otherwise they would have been out of the service.
So otherwise also those who have acquired the qualification, if they continue to in the services, this was required. And if they are allowed to participate in this process, we'll get the better quality of the teacher. That is the whole purpose of.
How is the better quality? A quality of a teacher who has undergone a 2 years regular course.
No, they're all in service. They're experienced teacher, my lords. They're all in
And
service.
if the state wants to prescribe a better qualification,
that we cannot stop. But at the same time, this is the minimum qualification which also can be considered. That's the that they have not even prescribed more than DA.
It is not even notified. As required in 23 1.
Notification accepting Patna High Court, page 30 to 30. This is in our count. This is the NCT.
Lord's NCT notification agreeing to the Patna High Court review taken is that
She should assist the court properly. It's not a notification, it's a government. Lords, you may have the order 171. What is that order?
It is what else you will call it then? Notification then?
No, please, it's a letter, please.
Notification has a definite connotation, ma'am.
178.
Every
Letter. Myself. This is the council's letter.
Later.
It's at page 30 of the counter affidavit because of
NCT.
respond number 1 in Nandan Singh's case. Nandan Singh, Ashish Kumar. Because we are bound by the central government's direction under the.
the central government direction was only to provide a special window for training for.
You see, where is this direction that this qualification of 18th month training program under distance learning mode would be equivalent to the 2-year diploma course? Where is this direction? Tell us. Either by the central government or by the council.
They are admitting it's a Patna High Court, they are complying with.
And unless you do so, court by the process of the judicial interpretation cannot provide equivalence. There are judgments to this effect. And the law is settled that we cannot equate two qualifications. That is of the either by the recruiting body or the academic body.
This recognition order is at page 130 of the state's SLP members. I'm so sorry, it's all over.
130. And it's same which
Yes,
Arora was reading.
Yes, last time.
Ah.
That's the only degree we do rely.
This is exactly this recognition order.
Yes, madam. Clause 133, para 8. This program shall be only for those in service untrained teachers in government aided and private unaided school appointed on or before 10/8/2017. All the provisions in NCT Act and Regulation 2014, other than those relaxed under Section 12 of NCT Regulation, will be applicable. Lodge further at page 241. Because they validated that 6 months course and allowed the Shikshak Mitra course also to participate. because there is a lack of teachers for the primary education.
There is a lack of teachers. Here, there is not a case of lack of teachers. There are plenty of teachers available.
One aspect that I have to, because my learned friend took over on this point. The point of the B.Ed is now decided by this court, and this court has held that B.Ed people are not qualified for the post.
So we are not concerned with that. We are only concerned whether you are qualified or not.
But that aspect is there. They have taken that issue. So I just must point out that this court.
We are not concerned with that issue.
That Justice Dhulia's order.
B.Ed are not entitled for primary school. Primary school is a specific D.Ed.
Yes.
That is the prospect.
There the dispute was about B.Ed and D.Ed. Here the dispute is about 18 months and 2 years.
Yes, but here also they want
Totally different. Totally different.
No, my lords, but here also they want to take B.Ed people, so that cannot
They
be
have
done
already been
today
appointed.
because
But that was not the challenge here.
Yes.
That was not the challenge here. To take us to a different.
But may I say, item 39, it was fixed for today. Today it might not reach, or it may not get over also if it reaches later. So, my lord, instead of today, could it be taken on 28th of November, Tuesday? By consent, the other side is.
Yes, I'm appearing on behalf of the respondents.
No. 20th.
My lord,
Obliged.
similar request, Mr. Parekh begs leave to be unmuted. He's under the weather today. He has high fever. In item 23, we've informed all the AORs for the other side. If it could be taken up after Diwali, my lord.
We have only one matter with respect to Shimla Development Plan. And
Yes, sir.
Is there any?
yes, sir. We have prepared the plan, notified it, but we are not able to implement this. Since have already observed and not implemented the next week.
No.
My lord, they have themselves sought adjournments on previous ones. But today is just ill health. Any date, my lord?
Any date after we.
May I see just one area? We are not in adversarial litigation. This is the interest of the state and every citizen. Since the past 6-7 years, no development activity has been possible because of the NGT proceeding. The people unsafe and unfit buildings, we are not able to sanction them. People are living in those buildings. At the same time, they say people are living in those buildings, they are falling. And now those buildings, because we can't do anything about it, in definitely the Lordship's direction, we have not implemented the plan. We are not accepting any plan. The Lordship may kindly just permit us to accept them, and we will not finalize them. We accept them.
We'll take it immediately after vacation.
Yes.
We'll hear you and pass an order. When is the learned AG?
I would be available as my lord, subject to my lord's convenience.
छुट्टी के बाद एक Tuesday को रख दीजिए. I on board.
Please,